Join the savage tribe. New takes weekly, unfiltered and raw. Isaac's voice, the memer's law.
The golden age of America begins right now.
Let's go. And all right, everybody, welcome to episode 36 of the Golden Age podcast. I am joined with, as always, Cornboy. Thank you for being here another week. Good to see you, man. How you doing?
Excellent. Hopefully the news just keeps on coming and we get to keep on reacting to it.
It's been a wild week for news, and we have a lot of stuff pulled up. But, Cole Hauser, again, great to see you, brother. How are you doing up there in Canada?
I'm doing great. Canada sucks, but, you know, we just keep on trucking along. So, thanks for having me.
Trucking. Literally. I noticed
I
that. Still muted, Smoo. We'll work on that, though. Magnum Norris, as always. It's great to see you, brother. Magnum, how you doing?
I'm wonderful now that ICE is in my state cleaning up house. So
Based, I have an article for that. There was some confrontations in your state with ICE. But
should I be scared about that, Magnum?
A couple states.
No, away. They don't arrest Finnish people.
Well, no, for Ronan. Ronan, on the other hand, our friendly Mexican. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I'm glad to be back with my fellow deplorables, fellow patriots, however you want to describe it. It's good to be here again.
It's good to have you. And Smoo, have we worked? We're still muted. Still muted. Lex, you should take over for Smoo and introduce him. But
have you tried plugging it in? And
sure. Everyone knows Smoo around here. Smoo the DJ. He's like a mod on half the channels we frequent, and often guest on several. And he does some gaming streams of his own, which you should check out. He has some really obnoxious people that mod his channel and whatnot, but we won't talk about them.
I can give a quick shout out with Smoo as well too. He also does a weekly Wednesday show with the real Tomby, the Hump Day Chinwag, who, funny enough, it's his birthday today, so I figured I'd throw that out there too. So
that's
happy birthday, Tomby.
Hit him up on X. Wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah, I was just watching that last Wednesday. Awesome show. Happy birthday, Tomby, too. Great people on the Hump Day Chinwag.
Definitely, yeah.
Smoo, do we hear you?
We'll
give it a minute.
He's figuring it out.
I found the solution.
Round of applause.
All right.
For Smoo. I wish I had a soundboard.
Let's see what the face palming solution is.
Here's the thing, right? I have Rode Unify for this new computer, right? And everything's going through Rode Unify. And because this freaking microphone picks up literally everything that I'm doing, even if I'm walking around in the next room, I muted it on the system, and I was like, surely I must have forgotten to unmute it. And sure enough, it is. But thank you for having me, guys. And yeah, happy to be back. And Lex made a very good introduction. Thank you. Even though I don't agree with the obnoxious part, I think you're doing a pretty good job. But
I agree with Lex. He's pretty obnoxious. But
I mean, I'm too. So it takes one to be one.
I'm not obnoxious at all.
We all are. Smoo, it's great. It's great to have you on, though. Thank you again for joining us.
Good to see Cole Hauser, Ronan.
The fellowship are some of the best people, aren't they? You know, it's an honor to know everyone. Yeah.
No, seriously. The fellowship is a bunch of great people. I can't stress
really
enough.
Absolutely.
And high quality people.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we have some oddballs every once in a while, but they come.
Well, I mean, what group doesn't have oddballs? Honestly.
At least I'm perfectly normal. But we'll just say quick hello to the chat. As
Define
always,
normal, Isaac.
Yeah.
You mean oddballs like normal people? Like we are the oddballs, right?
It's subjective.
Well, I am Canadian.
Oh, yeah, that already makes you weird.
I was pretty close.
We'll forgive you this one time.
This one time. But we'll be getting into that. Nerd slap over on Kick. We are live on YouTube, X, and Kick. So, guys, if you're watching on any platform, please.
And there's a Badger raid. Welcome in, Raiders.
Welcome.
All right, welcome, Badger. Thank you.
Over on the YouTube side, hail Raiders. I saw you guys had a great stream with Erwin and Gooch talking about the biggest news in pop culture. crazy on that front too. But Jake Martin in the chat over on the YouTube side. Good to see you, brother. We got Nishi. We have Nerd Slap over on the Kick side. Irwin's Sentient Potato. John Ambler. Good to see you, brother.
What up, John?
Everybody in the chat.
Yo, John.
What up, John?
So
It is good to be back.
Yo, Mark.
It's
Ryan.
good to have
Survived
you back,
California.
Lex. Or California survived you, one way or the other. Mark Andre Roy, good to see you.
What up, sir?
We have a few funny things. We always have to start with some humor, some levity. Did you know Kim Jong-un, the dictator of North Korea, he has a new announcement that they will be changing the education programs in their country. Have you heard this?
Oh, the school teaching the children how to be a homosexual and make sure they all teach about the transgender. So that is what important to me.
Absolutely wild stuff.
Wild
stuff.
It's getting very progressive.
You
That doesn't
subverted
sound
my
like Phil at all.
expectations there for a second. I thought you were going to talk about the announcement that he's going to broadcast the English Premier League in North Korea, where he's going to cut out like 30 minutes of the match, and every time a South Korean player is going to be on screen, they're going to cut that out as well.
Of course.
And all the ads
gonna
on
blur
screen, they're going to replace them with national advertisements and all that stuff. It's like
Yep.
And he's also going to be the scorekeeper too, right?
exactly.
Accidentally hit the button.
And he wins every single
North
time.
Korea
too.
wins every match.
Never change, dude.
Another noble country taken down by the vile infections of the West. Not even
Yes.
the bastion of civilization could
Friendly
stand.
reminder that North Korea actually partook in a World Cup just a couple of years ago.
That's
Don't ask
right,
what
they
happened
did.
to the
I
players.
remembered that.
Ask what happened to the players, though.
Hmm.
They took a trip somewhere. I'll
Never
just say
change,
that.
dear leader.
They went on
Never
a.
change.
They went to the farm. They went to live on the farm for the rest of the days.
Correct. Yes.
They got to retire in peace and quiet. Yep.
Mhm.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
And they,
So-
they tend the soil underneath 6 feet under.
I'll tell you what. I'm an open Trump supporter. You know, I voted for Donald Trump. This is not a secret. He has been on a roller coaster this week. Social media, as always, is a hellscape. Social media is a hellscape sometimes. So with the ups and the downs, and everybody just had to remember, you know what? We come from good stock. This is the Trump that essentially I was first introduced to back in 2015, the Republican primaries. Just a great, memorable clip. Remember how vicious these debates were?
Let me talk. Quiet. A lot of times.
The donor class did not like him back
That's
then.
all of his
No,
donors
I'm
and
dead.
special interests out there. So that's what it is. That's what. And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the? I'm talking about to the television audience. Donors, special interest.
You gotta love it. That is the fighter that we've always
So,
known.
When
when
you used to tell it like it is.
When 2016 came around, I was roughly 20 years old at that time. And so I was already 2 years past the age when I could actually start voting. And I unfortunately allowed like my college peers, because I was going to like a community college at the time. I kind of let them convince me not to vote for him.
Yep.
It wasn't so much because I was, believing in liberal tendencies. I had my conservative and
Of course, yeah.
traditional ideals at the time, even then. But it was more so because I wanted to vote for Trump purely out of spite. I watched the one video where you had a Trump supporter wearing the MAGA hat and everything, being chased down by Hillary supporters at the time. And basically, I think they
Yes.
actually beat the dude when that occurred. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm voting for the orange guy just to spite all these fucking people, because
Well, they're wearing
Exactly
I
right.
do not want to live in a world where I have to deal with this level of violence just for a difference of opinions.
Political
Like,
persecution.
Even when I was growing up, we didn't see it to this degree. Like, yes, with Obama, it started to change. But even then, as a kid, it didn't get to this level. Like, I did not see it get to this level at all.
Obama
Well, at least
brought
it's gotten
this
better.
about.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Obama
of course.
brought this about. He pretty much changed the entire left to weaponize. He basically weaponized the left
Yes.
and turned them into flat out communists now.
He
so.
was a communist revolutionary, and
Yeah.
we witnessed it firsthand with the Obama.
They were
years,
Democrats
for sure.
before Obama, and now they're not. They're freaking
Don't
communists.
don't ask him how his ex-husband is doing, though.
Yes. You know what? We do have news on that later in the stream. Big Mike has some pretty neat
He
advancements
dropped the
going on.
balls.
Did you know,
Oh,
speaking of the
no.
Obama
God.
family,
I know
Steve
this.
Irwin, definitely AI, RIP Steve, the GOAT. But there is an infection of ceiling birds going on in this country, specifically.
I miss Steve Irwin, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was. I want to take out every single one of those animals. But irrelevant. Yes.
No, Steve. Like as much as we would want Steve back, and as much we want to take vengeance, even I know Steve wouldn't want that to occur.
Absolutely.
But I understand the feeling. I do.
Do you understand what it feels like, Ronan, to live amongst the ceiling birds?
G'day, mates. We're out here on the porch of this lovely home, and inside lives a creature you wouldn't believe. Miss Shaniqua here reckons she's got some ceiling birds roosting right above her living room fan.
Ceiling birds? Crikey, listen to that chatter. How long have you been living with these ceiling birds, mate?
They showed up, maybe 2 years ago? I left the window open one summer. Now it's their house, too.
That's wild. You keep them stay?
Yeah, they take...
Shaniqua, I found them. Look at these beauties. Couple of city pigeons, but check it out. Each one's got a smoke detector gaffer taped straight to the back.
Pretty wild stuff. I can't even hear it. It just blends into the background noise. I can't even hear it. What
that real?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
I love all the names they use as Shaniqua.
Yes.
Yes. Pretty much.
That's the best part. Yes.
So great.
I actually saw another one. Somebody actually made like a horror-ish type of movie with a smoke alarm. Everybody's like, somebody needs to take care of that damn beeping.
Yes.
I can't. So
dude, and the thing is, it's like we've all been in a game chat, with nice friends on the internet, and it's like, dude, change your batteries. What batteries? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? There's no beeping.
Yeah.
I don't hear a
There's
thing.
no beeping. What are you talking about? But speaking of our online friends and gaming, there has been some pretty cool signs that the culture is healing.
Yes.
Guys, players in Battlefield 6 were given the ability to spray paint whatever they want in game, and this was their first instinct.
That's
first,
the blowtorch. That's the blowtorch.
The blowtorch, exactly.
Yep.
This is a chick, so they're not real gamers. So there's only two genders, was one of them, and yes, and the next one was LGBTQ plus mental institution. That way, it's a window.
I mean, the LGBT is kind of a battlefield, so yeah.
They 100% forgot at least 5 to 10 letters that come after that. That's really insensitive.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish I saw those signs in game when I was playing a few days ago, because otherwise I wouldn't have actually busted up and done a Nagardon on my controller.
Oh, no.
I was having a terrible match. Now the L1 button basically doesn't register anymore.
Really? I'm sure on your mini keyboard there's a few buttons that
that I consistently use. Oh yes.
The R, the G,
and N.
This thing called mouse.
I love
you can use
rage quit videos.
Mouse and keyboard
I'm a console peasant by heart, Smooth, so that's just how it is. But I'm slowly moving to PC.
Well, another reason why you're getting deported when I come into office. So one more thing.
What's the standing on that one?
Yes, deport console plebs. You guys know the butter cookies that come out around Christmas time, the Danish, Dutch style, French.
One in those like blue tin cans. Yeah,
blue tin cans. That, grandma always puts the sewing kit in and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it has been exposed that can't say all, but a lot of these are manufactured in India in not so great conditions. It's been going viral on TikTok this week. Let's check it out. Let's see if you guys ever want to buy these again.
Cookies for Christmas. You might want to watch this video.
Music in the background.
This is how they're made, guys. Just be very, very careful with what you eat. Do not redeem.
After watching that Tyler Oliveira video the other day, that festival poop, nothing shocks me anymore.
Yes, that's the cleanest they've ever been.
Everything is fake and gay. Just fake and gay. That's it, man.
Did you guys see the story about the dude who's trying to release the video about the poop festival?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Well, they are threatening his family. They're doxing him. They're
he
sending
apologized.
His threats.
He apologized, and then he just goes around and goes, "Psych, I'm dropping tomorrow."
Exactly. Dude, the things he said was savage. He was absolutely savage.
I mean, I've seen people like swimming in the river Ganges that is full of like manure, and I'm like, why would you do that to yourself? That's like a biohazard just waiting to happen for your body.
If you think
it's
the poop
still
is sacred,
cleaner than they are, though.
This is a matter of perspective, Smooth. To us, yes, but to them, no. And Canada has been having these. Kohlhauser, have you seen this? So Coca-Cola has Gurpreet and other Indian names on the bottles in Canada now. That's a very Canadian name, Gurpreet.
In Brampton, yes.
In Brampton, okay.
Brampton is the Indian communities. Well, the Indian city.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
Let us know if you ever see these at the store, man.
You know what? When I go through there in a couple of days, I'll check and I'll grab some.
Do it. Yeah, if you do, show us on stream, because this is what we're talking about, a hostile takeover of our nations, in the West. Assimilation appears to be a myth.
Well, not to be the downer here, but it is getting worse considering what Trump has recently said in regards to like the roller coaster of a week that you've been mentioning.
Yes, we will be breaking that down. The ups and the really low lows and the high highs.
That was worse than Epstein for me, because that hits me hard.
Yes. One more thing, Ronan, I think you're the one that shared this with me. This lovely lady, speaking of ceiling birds, educates us on 10 ways. We're not going to say it. You can say the N-word without saying the N-word. Now, I know about nuclear and Nintendo and neighbor, but I didn't know there was 10 ways you could say it. Let's see what this lovely lady has to say.
Before we do that, you do know you can refer to some of them as Nevrons, right? Like the term of the enemies in Clair Obscur.
I did not know that.
Okay.
Really?
I haven't played it. No, Nevron.
I heard that be thrown around a few times in streams lately. Neighbors. That's
gonna turn neighbors into
crimers.
In restaurant lingo, they're called Canadians. Sorry to say, Kohlhauser. So
I mean, to be fair, Jonas J. Campbell has misappropriated Naganol's name recently, so we have to be very careful how we say his name.
Naganol, that's another one. Well, guys, we've already found like
that's what I
5 or
said.
6.
I'm turning his name into a slur.
Yeah.
Well,
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what this lady has to
the
say.
N-word without saying the N-word. If you use any of these terms or phrases in reference to Black people, you are just as racist as the person that actually uses the N-word.
Thank you for the compliment.
Thug, ghetto, welfare queen, lazy, race baiter, race grifter, threatening, angry, dangerous. Or you say that we're playing the victim or we are a diversity hire. What you actually mean to say is the N-word. Just
really? Okay. So if I call someone dangerous,
we
that's
didn't
the
get any of
equivalent
those.
Exactly.
What up, my dangerous people?
Yeah, what's up? My threatening, dangerous
Yeah,
DEI hire.
ghetto
What's up?
people.
Crazy dude on the subway with a knife is. I'd call him dangerous because I'm racist, right?
I'm more partial to the phrase "basketball American" myself.
That's good. That's solid.
Well, you know what? We used to, in our hood, we used to call it N-ball.
Right? Dude.
That's
all right. That's great. Oh,
I
man.
respect it. I respect it. Yeah.
Hey, chat, we're all racist now. Congratulations.
Yes, we are.
Congratulations.
John,
Here's your star
only
of
now.
approval.
Time to wear the white hoods.
Yeah.
If you
One
show
of
up
our
on
lines.
time, if you show up on
Time to
time,
throw your heart out to everyone on the internet.
Magnum, that was probably the most egregious thing they could have. I think that was the Smithsonian that did that a couple of years back, but that was the most egregious freaking thing that they could have ever actually done.
Yeah, they said
Holy
it,
crap.
not us. We didn't say it. They said
exactly.
it. I was like, what? Well, just like Ketanji Brown, like compare them to retarded people or whatever. Like, I was like,
Exactly.
I didn't.
Well,
say
when one side makes it all about themselves and the other side says we could care less, I mean, this is what you get.
I'm still curious where the origin comes from that people think that orcs are black people. I'm still curious about that.
Extra credits. You
Was
want
it?
anybody to blame?
Right.
It's the extra credits video. We're like
The
that.
liberals in Berkeley told me Tolkien
I'm
was a
assuming that
racist.
it is
That's what they're
because
saying.
at least in the modern discussion, that one video when it came out a few years ago, it just exploded the whole concept of being black.
I do recall
minority.
that one,
It's
yeah.
insane.
That just proves that liberals are the most racist people on earth.
Yeah,
That's all they can
saying
see.
they're not racist. That's the ironic thing about it. You know?
But
That's all they can see.
Technically, thug. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
Because who else are thugs out there?
That's
I
very
mean,
true.
probably like white trash folks kind of guys. You know the. I'm
I'd
just
say
saying,
the
like,
last
the
white
ones that try,
people that
the
were
ones that
like-
try to emulate.
Like in the 60s and
Well, I mean the
earlier,
ones that
maybe.
like try to emulate. Ghetto
Oh,
culture,
you
know.
put a W in front of that.
A W. So,
Okay, I got you. Yeah,
We're gonna get
so that's what we call the white side of
the white
of
neighbors.
thug.
The white neighbors.
The wig wearers,
90s
right?
terms right
Yes,
now.
exactly.
The
The
wig
wig
wearers.
wearers.
We'll see it off
Yeah.
chat.
Wigwams. Yep.
Guys, as we mentioned in the thumbnail and the title of the stream, we have an epidemic in this country, and I'm just going to say it. I don't care if YouTube doesn't like it. We drop the link in the chat. We're over on Kick if we get kicked off of YouTube. Trans violence epidemic in the United States of America. Not to even exaggerate, this is just, look at this list here that Benny Johnson posted. It has now been confirmed that attempted Trump assassin Thomas Crooks uses they/them pronouns, had deep interest in furries, and was exploring gender identity. So if you guys don't know, this is the guy that shot Trump in the ear in Butler, Pennsylvania over a year ago.
I hate to be that guy, but guys, get some new material. Like seriously, they, them, and furry. Like seriously, is that all you got?
Exactly. Be a freak in other ways. Come on, be unique. It's all the same thing. Added to the list, Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson, had a furry obsession and lived with tranny boyfriend. Annunciation Catholic Church shooter identified as trans. Nashville, Lakewood, Colorado, Denver, Aberdeen, Iowa, all associated with the LGBTQ mafia is what they are.
I mean, in all honesty, I wouldn't want to live in Denver.
No, Denver has a pretty tough reputation at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
With safety. Yeah.
So
it's unfortunate.
Another thing I was reading today is that now they're associating cheating on online video games as a higher percentage in this community as well.
Oh,
Yes.
the
Interesting.
aimbot
Not shocked.
community. Yeah,
Yeah.
aimbot.
You mean
community.
that cat boy that got exposed?
The true crime.
That's the
Exposed
first.
by
That's
the
the first
Catboy, yeah.
individual I thought of. Yeah, but actually, a lot of this kind of ties into a video I was watching earlier today at work as well. It's a video by a channel called Endeavor. It's called "Will Leftist Terrorism Become Commonplace?" One of the interesting things that was talked about in the video was the fact that you see a lot of leftist violence kind of escalating, but you're not seeing it mostly from women. You're actually seeing it from the trans community happening. Why? Because violence more or less is an inherently masculine action that occurs. So, ironically enough, a lot of the trans folks that are male transitioning to female are more than okay with performing violence.
Except they're all women. You just dead named everybody.
And what's the characteristic trait here,
Please.
Ronan, is weak men are lacking self-control.
Exactly.
And they live by their emotions, and they want to lash out, and they want to hurt, and whereas strong men can control, we can control our instincts, and these guys that want to be women, which they can never be, they just want to hurt people. It's insane.
It's the feminization of the modern man is what's happening, unfortunately. Not for all of us.
Yes.
Well, fortunately, a lot of us have an understanding. I'm sure most of us probably have our vices, but we also tend to control it as well too. These people, on the other hand, sadly, they don't control it. They let it get the best of them. They let it drive their entire life. And then what happens? They end up becoming part of a community with other equally depraved people, and that becomes their reality.
Yeah, so that
That's what
list that they
drives them.
had, they could easily, if this was before this whole LGBT stuff, it would just say mentally ill down the line. And now we have this like systemic LGBTQ.
Well, now they're
pushing it on
victimized
everybody,
class, and they're victims, and
they're promoting mental illness, and they're making it more fruitful, and now we have more mental illness than ever. Obviously, they're misdiagnosing a lot of it too, but yeah.
I also attribute it to the
purpose.
19th Amendment, and all the equal rights for women, so men can give up. They don't have to give up their rights to become women anymore. So they're like, well, there's.
But at the end of the day, males still have aggressive tendencies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to have an outlet.
Actually, Magnum, what you were saying before with like how, all of it used to be mental illness and now we're slowly calling it like trans identity and this, that, whatever. Let me rephrase what I said before. It's not so much just the feminization of the modern man. It's the feminization of society as a whole is what's happening. Because you're seeing society be softened up.
Yeah, and I'm saying that propagates mental illness is what I'm getting at. Like,
repeal the 19th.
Absolutely, repeal the 19th. I just want to point this out. The accounts reportedly belonging to Crooks suggested he was obsessed with cartoon characters that had muscular bodies, with sexualized female heads. Crooks was also interacted with an account, I'm not even going to try to say it, a social media profile uncovered by Tucker Carlson. Tucker is responsible for getting a lot of this information out to us this week. The Post reported that the account encouraged violence from Crooks. That sounds like it glows in the dark a little bit to me personally. And in October 2025 comment said he was contacted by Russian and American intelligence agencies.
Isn't it a bit on the nose that he's called Crooks, though? That's a little bit on the nose, isn't it?
Right.
It's a little obvious, but
and he didn't even go. He didn't even go for an online handle. He just went with his real name all over the place. I mean,
exactly.
Very original.
Yes.
Wasn't he in a BlackRock commercial?
Well, no, okay, that was proven to actually be a thing. So there's definitely a rabbit hole and a spider web that's connected with this guy. There's a lot of weird connections, shall we say. I don't know so much about the Russian and American intelligence connections. That I would say is a little bit glowy, but outside of all of that, I will say this. I don't like the fact that they're trying to drag muscle mommies into this and trying to, condemn them.
The most likely scenario is stochastic terrorism.
Look at this.
That's a weird trend on this, though, isn't it?
Sure, most of these weirdos.
What's the trend?
Thanks, Tylenol.
Muscle mommies trying to divert men from younger men from thinking.
It's just the opposite spectrum of feminine men, masculine women, and stuff.
I mean, look at Angela or Marisa from Street Fighter 6, right? And then you say that's a woman. You look at them,
right.
You say to yourself,
some women have a Y chromosome, by the way. So and actually a lot of I think a large
those are scientifically classified as men, though. If there's any kind of Y chromosome,
it's X. Okay. Well, actually, they still call them women. It's XX and a Y.
Those are classified as men with a.
That's a huge
chromosome.
percentage of sports athletes that play in women's sports are XXY. Like a large percentage.
Yep. It's weird.
Okay.
I don't. Just want to
look
say,
at Serena
LGBT...
Williams, man. She could beat my ass.
Okay, you have a point with that. Big Mike, Serena Williams. It's a particular breed of women, Magnum. We're not going to get. We were already through the racist part. Okay, we're making a point. LGBT extremists are the most dangerous domestic terror threat in the country, and it's not even close. I agree with Matt Walsh. Honestly,
there's definitely an uptick. There's definitely an uptick in that demographic when it comes to violence, and it's
massively
pretty obvious. I mean. I don't know if you guys remember that Iman Khalif boxer dude that was
women.
Yeah, he's XXY as well.
Bigger than me.
I jokingly said when I was on Nomi's stream with Dames and Dorks, I was like, so the IOC is actually okay with domestic violence, and then almost 2 years later now, they're like, yeah, we're gonna ban all trans athletes from competing in sports. And I'm like, so you're saying we were right?
They always like to admit it way after the conversation's passed.
And didn't Brittany Griner just have a kid?
I think so. Yeah.
With his husband. Yeah.
Yes.
He sure did.
That's why I'm saying there's still women.
Nishi brings it up pretty well in the chat. Is that intersex people have the extra chromosome? I would have assumed that they're also scientifically referred to as hermaphroditic. I thought that would be the case.
They used to be the term that people will refer to.
Right.
It's rare. It's rare, but it happens in extreme, extremely good sports.
Of course.
It's the headline.
But outside of the actual biology of it, obviously what we're seeing is mostly people who are mentally allowing themselves to be changed to such a crazy degree.
There's always an outlier to everything, but the vast majority we're seeing, as we can see here, suspected trans arrested for assaulting ICE officers, fleeing in high pursuit chase. That's a dude. Nagadol. What the heck?
No. Moving on. That's Loretta. That's Loretta right there.
That's Loretta. That's the alter
ego. Got Loretta.
This is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Magnum. Did you hear about this at all in Charlotte?
No.
A U.S. citizen was arrested for allegedly assaulting officers and taking them on a high-speed car chase. Guys, this was nuts. High speed down the highway. They had to, what did they do? Border Patrol.
They already let their anger up before they entered the car, so they lost already.
It's insanity. The violence on these people.
Well, there you go. If that one was a he, then there you go. Male to female violence. Masculine tendencies. There it is.
You would have done the 25 gun salute already if that would have been the case.
Yeah, that's my point. Is if you're LGBTQ, you're extremely high percentage that you're mentally ill, if not 100%. You know, like you're mentally ill. If you don't know what you are,
it's starting. It's starting to look more and more like it, unfortunately. But
I'll keep saying this: COVID amplified a lot of this.
You're
shit.
detached from reality.
Oh yeah, absolutely. COVID.
Well, Smooth, you make a great point. It's the Redditing of America, is what it is. Yep. It got people locked indoors, stuck on these. You know, I'm not blaming the internet, but these predatory groups that are grooming people, especially at a young age. You know,
what
parents
really
need to be
fucking
aware.
sends me is that one clip of this doctor saying to a 13-year-old, "Yeah, we're going to start hormone therapy when you're old enough," and I'm like,
"Jeez,
start what now?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like
insanity.
Like the funny thing here in Canada is, we have a conservative MP who, before she became a member of Parliament, conservative, she was the lobbyist for Walmart. So during the lockdowns, she was able to get Walmart and other big box stores to stay open, where mom and pop shops had to close.
Oh, dude, tons of small businesses were destroyed. Family.
Yeah, they call her lockdown landsman.
Marking the big box stores is essential. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what the biggest crime was?
Imagine that.
Keeping gyms shut during COVID.
Yeah,
that was
Absolutely.
the
biggest
The
fucking
liquor
crime.
stores stayed open.
So I live in New Jersey myself, right? I'm probably like maybe hour and a half, 2 hours away from Attila's gym. When that whole thing completely broke down, that was a wild scenario. And yes, the town cops in there were friendly with this guy, with Ian, because obviously townsfolk, you're all friendly with each other, you all know each other. So what do they do? They send the fucking staties to try and shut this guy down, which is probably the worst thing that could have ever occurred.
Because they have no local community bonds like the local cops.
No,
as much,
clearly not. They'll obviously what's the word I'm looking for? They'll enforce the law that the government wants them to enforce with no problem, because again, they have no connections to the communities.
Yeah, these
They're
Democrat cities have purged anybody that's not on their side from the police force, as far as I can tell. Like,
Yes,
you're not going to do their bidding.
That was a big reason for it in the military and police forces, was to get rid of the free, independent thinking people.
Decrease morale and then bring in the people that'll do your bidding. So,
What's funny here in my city, they did the exact same thing, bringing in all these left-leaning cops, and they're still arresting them for harassing the citizenry.
And we also have cops who are not citizens of the United States.
We had it here.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
we had an incident here where, we had an incident here where one of the police platoons, they were ready to step down because they had to go and do COVID calls. So if somebody wasn't wearing a mask, or if someone wasn't showing their piece of paper showing that they were vaccinated,
exactly,
they basically said they weren't enforcing those anymore. They had bigger things to do. So
yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's a scary thought to think that there's a lot of blind yes men that will just take orders and execute upon them.
It reminds me of a certain time in history.
Magnum, can you just quickly address this? I don't know. One last thing.
You don't know about the flatworms that ivermectin has been curing homosexuality from? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard about that.
You know who could really use a dose of that? Jump scare warning. Is this absolute freak? Guys, this was at a Barnes and Noble. Mind you, women and kids go to Barnes and Noble. It's a bookstore.
Isaac, question: where did you get the images of my sleep paralysis demon from?
From your sleep.
From your sleep. We're watching you, man. Moving on. This was at a Barnes and Noble, and
of course it was.
Yeah, of course, of all places. So, a woman recorded this. Said she felt extremely uneasy after a bearded individual dressed in women's clothes and cat ears. There's the furry thing again. Entered the women's bathroom with her at the Barnes & Noble. On top of it, after she confronted the person outside, another woman rushed to defend the widow. Let's watch this clip for a second, just get a feel for what happened.
Okay, so you're a girl, because I felt very uncomfortable. Okay, you're a male in the girls' bathroom?
I mean, I'm born female.
What the hell?
Jesus.
No, it's not okay. There's little girls in there. No, don't tell me no. I have First Amendment
So look
rights.
at, there's this chick here defending the freak from wanting to be predatory, go into the women's bathroom where there's kids and What the? It's what we say. Repeal the 19th. Boy, you hit the nail on the head.
I want to be fair to the lady that's recording. I don't know what her politics could be. For all I know, she probably could have voted against this kind of stuff. But let's just assume that she's probably your typical liberal type of woman who cares about other people's feelings, cares about respecting everybody and all that kind of stuff, right? Lady, you voted for the damn thing to happen. You voted for the damn thing to show up in the first place. This is what you wanted. Again, feminization of society. You care so much about trying to affirm everybody's feelings and sentiments. This is essentially the end result of it. So if you want anybody to blame, you really only have yourself to blame for the situation. Again, that's if she's a full-on liberal type of lady. I don't want to make the assumptions.
Yeah, we really don't know.
If that's the case, there you go.
Everybody gets a trophy culture has pretty much allowed this to happen.
I say shame on that other woman that intervened and was defending that freak, that bearded freak in the in the drag.
And Jake in the chat actually does bring it up perfectly. Most of the time, this isn't a dysphoria thing. It's clearly a sex and a fetish thing. Most of the time, these people are autogynephiliacs. That's what it is. They dream of wanting to be women, and they get off to the idea of being a woman.
Doesn't it make perfect sense now that they're like outside of their bodies? So they're saying not only am I a woman, but I'm also a cat dog or something like.
Oh yeah,
it just gets worse and worse.
Well, I can see this on the another end of this where. There were people here in Canada who were supporting BLM, and these were white leftists, but they would never let their daughter or son, date a black person.
Absolutely,
interesting. That,
rules for thee, diversity for thee, but not for me.
Yeah, right.
To be honest, I hate white women too. I'm joking, of course.
Oh no! Listen, I am not racist. I think all women are equally should not be voting, regardless of race. Women.
They are the reason we're in this situation.
No. I've dated German women before. Trust me, if you date German women, you tend to get bitter and salty after a while.
I can imagine, from what I've heard. Yes, Eastern European in general, I've heard a lot of interesting things.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on. Speaking of German, let's talk about something I'm passionate about: nationalism, American nationalism, putting America first. And the new thing this week is America only. I like the sound of that. But one good sign is, for the first time in a long time, white births have seen the most significant rise in fertility in the U.S., accounting for nearly all of the country's birth increases from January to August. White births increased from 49.75 of the population to 49.91. So that's a small increase.
So you're saying the white fathers came back and brought back their milk?
Yes, they did.
60% of the population only having less than 50% of the births is still pretty bad, though.
It's bad, but I'm just gonna white pill if we're going in the right. I'd rather see it be in the plus category than minus. We're heading the right direction. We need to continue that way for a very long time.
Do you notice a trend where the birth rates have gone up?
And very recent though.
I mean, look at the statistic again. Look at all the states that were listed there.
Right. I just looked at the page, but yes,
there were a lot of southern states, and there was Washington D.C. all of a sudden. I'm like, okay,
all right, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I like seeing it in the plus category. It's better than seeing the constant negative. It's not much, but I'll take a win where we can get it. Another thing, I would like to get everybody's opinion on this. Steven Crowder posted this. I think it's very fair. And this is what I'm chanting: America first, America only. Steven Crowder, this has been a divisive issue. We're going to be getting into it. Number one, cut foreign aid, including Israel. I believe in cutting all foreign aid. America first. 2, deport illegal aliens. 3, halt the H-1B program and replace. Cut all entitlements rife with fraud, SNAP, etc. Audit and replace remaining entitlements. Are these really wedge issues on the right? Man, Ben Shapiro, I can hear him screaming.
I can hear the radio going, shut it down.
He's getting the call.
Exactly right.
He's getting the call.
100%.
Ben is already negotiating a sponsorship.
Oh boy, here he is discussing it now.
So our lovely friend Benjamin over here, he's a fan of some of the H-1B stuff and replacing American workers and.
I'm a bigger fan of his sister. Let's just put it that way.
Oh yeah.
You know what, Smo? You are a man of culture.
It is also better for the American people, broadly speaking, to bring in the best from other countries. Now, how do you determine the best?
No, it's not.
You can make, again, the case the H-1B visa program is fatally flawed. It's not bringing in enough of the best.
I would argue it's fatally flawed in the mere fact that it exists.
I cannot accept the 80% to get the 20%.
Okay, mind you, like, and I got to go on a quick tangent on this. Mind you, these H-1Bs are opening to also 600,000 Chinese students as well. We're talking about bringing in young folks from an adversary nation, for God's sake. It doesn't matter if they're coming in just to learn and educate themselves and then potentially go back to their own nation. The fact that we're letting them into this country in the first place is a terrible thing, mainly because the Chinese are IP thieves, and they're also
spies
of any kind of information.
Yes. Okay, and they require all of them coming over here to pledge allegiance to the CCP.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that is exactly the case. Pretty much every single citizen of China, whenever they go abroad, the CCP demands of them to basically perform some kind of espionage. Now, some of them will probably do it willingly. Most of the time, they're probably doing it because it's either that or their whole family gets sent to the gulags along with them.
Yep.
That's the two choices that the Chinese have when it comes to it. So anytime they go to a different state or a different nation, they are basically foreign agents that are performing espionage. That's pretty much the reality of it. Why we're allowing them to come in the first place is beyond me. It's insane.
It's the nice thing to do. Perfectly. This has nothing to do with the catchword, buzzword. Oh, racism. No, we don't want to compromise our national security. And little Benny over here thinks that we just need to reform H-1B, not abolish it.
Yeah, I just want to say, and Ronan, I agree with you. But could it be on another side where basically Trump's saying, listen, okay, we're letting them in, but at least we know who these people are to keep an eye on them, rather than having some radicals from where they wouldn't know. I'm just speaking out of time.
Maybe the problem is they're taking 600,000 spots from us is the problem.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
The problem is they're adding 600,000 college admissions to where our system is way too bloated, and it got the way it is because of this.
And
college cartel has too much power in this country.
And Trump himself said he did not want these colleges to go bankrupt. That is 100% something that the American people want.
I couldn't care less.
We don't care about most of these colleges.
Pushing all these ideas on all these students.
Yes,
they're indoctrination facilities. That's what it is. That's why I never went back to college. I only did my community college at 2 years. I never went back because I know most of the education that we're getting over at these colleges now is a lot of this Marxist neo-communist bullshit propaganda. I don't want to learn about it.
Only the STEM portions and certain other portions like law enforcement and education are the ones that have any value at all. And even now the STEM has this is after I graduated from STEM. The STEM has totally been infiltrated by the left now to where they're saying transgender this and that, even though it's going totally against biology for hundreds of thousands of years of people studying this shit.
If Trump wanted to put an increase on education and try and bring some kind of foreign aid or assistance or foreign citizenry over here, if that were to be the case,
I just don't even see the point
I would say he needs to put more money into vocational schools, trade schools, actual proper education
for Americans, specifically for Americans. Yes.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
you don't get a student loan unless you're going to actually earn that money back. How about that?
Well, let me just tell you guys something. I think everyone has made excellent points on this matter, but a certain group of people, mostly the neocons on the right, not America First people, are very upset. So first, Benny Johnson said this: inject this into your veins. This is what America, he says, this is what we're fighting for. Our America, family first. America first, America only. Hell yeah, Benny Johnson, got it.
Yes.
So this is from the homosexual himself, Misfit Patriot. He responded to Benny saying, if I see this on your page, I'm going to assume you're an ignorant see you next Tuesday who knows F all about geopolitics or foreign policy. You know the two things that made America the greatest country in the world. America only equals China first. You effing retards need to stop being so effing ignorant. It's annoying as F. The guy likes to swear a little bit too. But guys, I didn't know we were all agents of the CCP when we say America only.
You weren't supposed to say that on stream.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Hang on, I gotta go call Chairman Xi. My cover's.
I gotta get my check. Chinese noodles.
Hold on. No,
Yeah,
we're not.
so-
we're not
So
spies.
I've seen this clown constantly on X. This dude has a whole ton of like neocon takes and like
Oh,
some of
he's
the most
horrible.
ridiculous like America First takes that he talks about, which
Yeah.
most of it is just the continuous support of like, you know, foreign nations that we consider our allies.
He's
Okay,
like John McCain with a beard. Is
pretty much
essentially
my
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Here's my honest opinion, and this will tie in with the concept of China. I don't see Israel being our greatest ally. The one nation that I actually see being our greatest ally is the land of the rising sun. The one nation we actually defeated and then made an ally of us.
Japan.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see Japan actually being one of our greatest allies, if anything.
With the new prime
Now,
minister too, she's very pro-America.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying
Yeah.
let's send all the money, you know, to Japan. Obviously,
They don't
let's
need
not
it.
do that. They don't need it because they're a self-sufficient country. They're slowly building themselves up. And I would even say I'm in favor of them actually rebuilding their armed forces. Right now, they only have a self-defense force.
Self-defense.
But if they have their own legitimate armed forces, it works perfectly because at least they would be one of the leading nations that keeps China in check.
Yeah, look at the strategic location and their history with China. It's perfect.
Exactly.
And Japan pays. Sorry, Ron. And Japan pays for to host American forces. They pay
Exactly.
fully.
Yes.
I
Now,
mean, look at how
Japan-
much China threw a fit the other day, was it, when Japan said that they might start thinking about doing exactly that? Because China knows that Japan is a sleeping giant in waiting.
China is
Absolutely.
continuously having discussions about when, not if, when they're going to try and take Taiwan back. Now, Taiwan, if you ask
It's
me,
a matter
is
of
the
time, I think, personally. Yeah.
illegitimate government of China because the CCP actually ran the true Chinese government out decades ago during Mao's Great Revolution. So the only true legitimate government of China that exists is in Taiwan. But if you were to see a coalition of sorts with Japan, possibly South Korea, I don't know how you would mend it because obviously there's still some bad blood from the
There's so much tension between them. Yeah.
but if the Japanese and the South Koreans could possibly mend, at least understand that they have a greater threat with China, and then several other South Asian nations could try and come together, you have a genuine coalition that keeps China in check.
Absolutely.
That's what I would see.
And then you
happening.
short
But let me
Random
just tell you,
amounts to
Ronan, you sound awfully woke right because you don't want to send 30 billion to Israel.
I guess
and
so. Yeah.
I would just
And
have to
that
say,
means you're
Arudai.
keeping the money for your own people.
Right.
Oh, dude, that's even worse. Just racist at that point.
Couldn't
I
be
want to give a
us.
shout out, Arudai. He's in the fellowship. He says
he is.
here, I think he summed it up very well. I saw this tweet last night. I saved it because I think it's very applicable to what a lot of us are saying. He says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but woke is an exclusively leftist label. I fully agree because now we have people like this Misfit Patriot, Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro,
James
extreme
Lindsay.
homosexual,
Lindsay.
the extreme
Yeah.
homosexual James Lindsay, yes, and they're
man.
calling people who are Trump supporting or not, but right wing, conservative, patriotic, American only people. They're calling us woke. They're calling us all these slurs that the left has been calling us for a decade now, or racist. But they're calling us woke. So he says it encompasses progressive ideals, victim mentality, DEI, women empowerment at the expense of men, trans ideology, and more. There's no such thing as woke right. That is descriptor can never apply to anyone with right-wing views. It's confusing and turns people off from your messaging and dilutes the power it has over the left. Find a better label. Sincerely, a Trump supporter. And when you say these things, they say, well, you're not real MAGA. You're not real MAGA. Cat Turd would say he blocked me. He says you're not real MAGA.
Yeah, that's
Turd is
another
a
raging turd
He's a
as well
freaking
too.
boomer.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he is.
Well, James Lindsay likes to make the argument of calling guys like us woke, right? Because from his perspective, we're using identitarian arguments and like ethno type of arguments because
Well,
we are
identity is a real thing in
involving-
life.
No, of course, that is the obvious case, but because of that, like James Lindsay clearly would like to call us, woke right because of that regard. I guess to him, like he's completely ascended on the right because he's able to view all races and just kind of
Well, he's
it's
also an
the,
atheist liberal too. So there's
yeah,
that,
obviously.
but yeah.
Okay, the most egregious thing too when he said is that, oh, I'm going to pretend to be a Christian just so I can talk down to Christians. Yeah,
It's-
okay,
that's egregious,
blow me,
yeah.
buddy. But his perspective is, I would say, not
He
to be
probably would.
super philosophical on it, but his perspective is like the whole Rousseauian, noble savage and like, you know, a blank slate kind of thing where everybody's basically just a gray mass amorphous blob. We're only shaped.
Yes, we're
by
all
our
just carbon
society
copies of each other. There's no such thing as culture or heritage or ancestry.
Yes,
or
pretty
just
much.
forget all of that, you know. And we all do have unique heritage and ancestry, and you should embrace that for the good, along with the bad.
So you're telling
that's the way of
me
life.
gay is a choice?
You would know. What were you going to say, Kohlhauser?
Well, I was going to say, like, going back to America first, like, I look at my country, you know, despite our bad blood going on, without the United States, Canada would fall into
Yes, it
a
would.
sphere
Yeah,
where
right.
we would never survive. And it's the United States that I would 99.9%, you know, we need your protection, because
Yes.
if it wasn't for the United States, where would we would
Who would
It's,
pick
so
up
it's
many
easy
hands
to
and
it's,
times.
it's easy to have
Yeah,
it's easy to be disarmed and have free healthcare when you have
Yeah.
300 million raging rednecks right below you, protecting you from everything with guns. You know, and we're
Yep.
gonna save your butt.
Same with the EU. Same with the rest of the world. Practically everyone except for China is, you know.
Yeah, like we have nothing here. Like we're still flying F-18As that were built, you know, from '77.
Right.
You know, so we have literally nothing here. So
the Canadian military really hasn't advanced much in terms of tech. Is that where does the Canadian military mostly get their new weapons? Is it from the United States?
it's
I
from
guess.
the U.S.
Okay. Well,
What do you mean new?
But there's no incentive to, because we
Describe
exist. What were you gonna?
Like we bought in, so we bought into the like we were supposed to be one of the countries getting the F-35 that that the deal was done back in 2005. We still don't have any.
holy crap!
That's
So
insane.
and think of, and as I think I said a couple of weeks ago, Taiwan's military is stronger than ours.
So think about this: China's
Man.
clearly controlling Trudeau, right? In my opinion, like China,
Well, when he was in office, yeah.
yeah, when he
Yeah,
was
that's
out-
right. Trudeau's not in office
and-
anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, up until recently, but China clearly had influence over Trudeau.
Well,
So
as we've mentioned before,
China
they're doing
doesn't want-
training in the Arctic. They're up in
Yeah.
northern Canada. Yeah.
China doesn't want Canada to have a strong military, of course. So of course he's
But
going to
the-
do whatever he's bidding, right? So I don't.
But
know. Kind
the
of
whole
stretch.
thing is, the United States will never ever let China be a sphere of operations here in Canada, and that's where guaranteed you guys will invade with full force.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
not
think
just,
that,
not,
that would
let me just
be-
say,
never-
not just the military too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is some operations going on for sure.
Yeah.
In Canada with Chinese people.
What were you going
Yeah.
to say, Ron?
No, I was going to say in a scenario like that, with the Chinese trying to use Canada as a staging ground for a potential invasion with the U.S., I would actually see the U.S. not just invading Canada with all ground and air forces. I think a lot of Americans that live in those northern states right next to the border would probably unofficially try and join and like liberate Canada, shall we say, just because
Yeah.
of the insanity of that. Oh no, Smooth's gone.
So you're
We lost
telling
the
me that not even the Chinese want to go through Mexico?
Well, they don't need to
Listen.
go through Mexico. They have the Mexicans send fentanyl
Would you want to
over
go
here
through
anyways.
a country full of people that look like Ronan? I don't think so.
Look,
So I
look,
just have
Mexico's
we have-
military. I mean,
Cartels
military.
are a little more dangerous than maple
Actually,
syrup.
that's actually right.
I wanted to address this. This was huge. This was from last night. So
Mhm.
I'm a free speech absolutist. I think you should have freedom of association. You should be able to say what you like freely. And censorship of speech is tyranny. And no good people throughout history have ever censored speech and come out as the good guys. So President Trump was asked regarding the Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes interview. I don't care what anybody thinks of either of those guys. They still have the right to say what they think.
Right.
So he was asked, he was baited into essentially disavowing, which is something that the Mark Levins and the James Lindsays and the Ben Shapiro's of the world have been saying you need to do because they don't like them now. So what did Trump say? Big W from Trump, I think.
with Tucker Carlson, but you can't tell him who to interview. I mean, if he wants to interview Nick Fuentes, I don't know much about him, but if he wants to do it, get the word out. Let him, people have to decide. Ultimately,
Freedom of
people
association.
have to decide. The mayor of New York, I will say, would like to meet with us and we'll work something out.
So that's Mandami, whatever. But I would have to agree with Trump. If Tucker wants to interview Nick Fuentes, if Tucker wants to interview anybody, That's his right as an American.
Right.
Yeah.
Freedom
No,
of speech.
that is
yes.
pretty much it.
Is this
Freedom
a
of
push
speech.
for? Do you think this is a push like for rhinos to try to break apart MAGA or something, or what's going on?
That's a big
I
part of
would
it.
say that's the most likely.
The old
scenario.
guard is protecting itself. Yeah.
Well, there's many examples of this, as we can see here. Even Megyn Kelly, who was not the biggest Trump fan back in 2015-16. This was a very creepy post because Megyn Kelly was calling out a lot of censorship crap, a lot of the calls from the neocons to, basically back off, let Tucker say what he wants to say. Then the Babylon Bee, which has been very sus lately, makes this joke. Megyn Kelly gets rid of Old Pager just to be safe. She's been questioning things about, Israel and stuff like that. Mark Levin, shame on you, Megyn. You're in a dark place. I urge you to change course.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Very ominous. And George Alexopoulos here, the cartoonist, effing weird man. I fully.
But remember, Megan was part of the Fox crew back in the day.
Years.
Yeah.
For years, yeah. She's not a radical. She's not anywhere near, myself politically.
No, she's your typical conservative type that like a lot of our parents would probably be, or like your aunts and uncles would be. That's the type that Megyn Kelly is. She's not an extremist or radical like somebody like Nick Fuentes, for example, right? Yeah. Now, me personally, I got
and the fact that Mark Levin is saying you're in a dark place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? Yep.
No, I was just gonna say, me personally, I got my own opinions on Nick Fuentes and everything. I'll be honest on it. I think he's nothing more than a catboy loving jagaloon, honestly. But what I will say is this: he obviously knows how to say things to get the youth to pay attention to him.
Yeah.
And I think one of the interesting thing too is that there's the one statement that everybody tries to condemn him for, where he was like, "Oh, I don't think Funny Mustache Man, shall we say, did it, anything wrong? Like he probably had some good points."
So you're saying he had said the stuff that everyone said in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies 15 years ago,
Essentially, he's
bringing it to the new age.
he says things like that, and that is enough to get a whole lot of people to pay attention, whether it's for good publicity or bad publicity, and it's enough to get the young folks to basically listen, which is when he can actually say his true valid points.
Yeah, I think he's looking for clicks, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
of course, that's the way of the
internet. He does have the charisma to keep them after they click also.
Yeah. Razor Fist essentially paints him as like a shock jock, and I can actually see the comparisons. But he's a shock jock that once he grabs you, he is at least able to tell you what he really believes. Now, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, with Nick Fuentes and with anybody, the perfect way to sum it up, I fully endorse everything he says that's in line with the Bible, and I fully condemn everything he says that's not in line with the Bible. That's pretty easy. That's where I stand.
I was going to say,
same with anybody.
Isn't Mark Levin still on Fox?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and he screams a lot. Very high decibel levels. Yes,
he's very angry.
He's getting very senile lately. Yeah,
I wonder why.
You guys have seen the clip of Megyn interviewing Ben Shapiro recently when she was talking to Ben Shapiro about Tucker Carlson, and basically Ben was bitching and moaning about the fact that Tucker Carlson has not replied to his text messages and all that stuff. Megyn Kelly indirectly throws Tucker under the bus, even though she was pro Tucker for a long time.
Really? Wow.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't give a fuck who you interview, as long as you stand by your values and whatever you do, just do you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do the interviews. There's no reason the conversation shouldn't be happening. Hell, the last guy that was trying to have a big conversation, they shot him in the fucking neck for it. Okay.
Exactly right.
So there's now more than ever we should be trying to have the conversation.
That's where this comes from. You shot him. We get to say mean things now. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You killed the moderate. Now you get not so nice words. I just had to point this out. Speaking of American politicians, a little odd. God. Eric Adams, former mayor of New York, he did a trip to Israel. Not even the fact
that's
in
power for another month.
Yeah. Oh, he is. Yes. But the point, I don't care what country it is. You shouldn't be pledging your allegiance to foreign countries. And then here, what were you going to say?
No. I'm just he's a mayor of a city in the United States.
Our
what
biggest
is
city.
The point? Yes, our
he's
biggest
looking for
city.
a job.
Absolutely.
It is New York.
Yeah, I guess that is what it is. But
it is New York.
He's looking for a job.
Speaking of New York.
Oh.
Wait, what?
The NYPD
They're preparing the public their new mayor.
The NYPD, the authoritative law enforcement body of New York educates the public on how to properly wear a hijab.
New York,
and you put it over and around your face.
New York City,
So,
I hate to say this, you voted for this.
Oh yeah.
Little
Oh
bit.
yeah.
You voted for
The
this.
police of vice and virtue.
Yeah, exactly.
check this out.
Sorry, go
this
ahead.
is a law enforcement officer in our biggest city.
So ideally, you just because there's different ways, by the way.
This is
Depending
America.
how you want to, but
This
Yeah.
is our biggest city in
it's
America.
one side
This is America.
short, one side long, right? And then
That's
you know
enough
who
of
they
that.
could have asked for advice about that? What's that dumb bitch with the hijab that's in the office?
Rashida
Ilhan
Tlaib.
Omar.
Ilhan Omar.
Ilhan.
Yes, Omar.
Ilhan.
They could have asked Elon Omar to do that for them.
So
Well,
to evade,
her-
evade
her-
arrest, all I need is a bag of stones, right?
On her
Her-
trip back to Somalia, she could do that. Yeah.
Her and her brother could have helped. Oh, I'm sorry, her and her husband. That's what I meant to say.
Her husband, brother.
Easy mistake.
I'm going to keep my comments to myself on this one.
Well-
yeah, I'm done.
You can tell us off stream.
Texas.
Yeah, tell you off screen.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Keep a tab in that.
48
Texas.
mosques.
Within the last 2 years,
Wow.
48
Wait a minute,
mosques.
Hold
have
on.
opened in
Didn't Texas just ban Sharia law?
Yes.
I can't keep track. You know what? They have a governor that doesn't stand for anything.
I don't think
can't
so.
keep
They
track
have
of them.
2 Sharia courts in Irving, Texas, which is right there in the middle there.
Good grief.
I mean, like outside all of these mosques that are being built in Texas, there is also the one big plot of land that a Hindu temple bought so that they could build their own like
Yes,
big
insane.
That's in
monkey god
North
statue.
Carolina.
Oh, okay. Sorry, not okay.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
In
my bad.
Texas, they're planning the Epic City.
But that got blocked,
Muslim
though, didn't it?
community.
It did.
It
get blocked.
got renamed. They're still building it under a bunch of different shelters.
And what you mentioned,
Mm.
Ronan, that was the Hindu lowercase g false god of war. Of war,
Right.
the Hindu god of war. So they want to wage war upon the United States.
I
And
believe
here's a
that.
question,
I
who
believe that
they
god is
cares?
Hanuman. Then
Yeah.
I think
Do you-
that's the god of war, Hanuman, if I remember right.
Do you think
I
they care
dived
if
a
we
little bit
if we
into it, but-
ban their religions? You don't think they're going to stop doing what they're doing? I doubt it.
Let's just say, I
Well-
mean, America wasn't made for Hindus, that's for sure.
So
I'm,
they
I'm
tried-
just saying, like if you ban Sharia law, they're still going to do it behind closed doors. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So-
Well,
yeah, but at least they
Yeah.
won't be blasting it on loudspeakers in Times Square every morning. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. It helps.
So they tried to
Listen.
do Sharia law here in Ontario. It
Oh,
got
wow.
it got stopped because even the left, the Liberals in their own party, didn't agree with what that was happening because there was a case where a father killed his daughter, and it
That's
this-
Sharia law. for
I
it.
think
Yeah.
I know this case you're talking about. I heard about this one.
Yeah, it happened
Yeah.
about in the I think in the late 90s, early 2000s.
It was an honor killing.
Yes.
Killing. I believe that occurred because obviously that's the kind of belief that the Muslims tend to have. If
Yeah.
somebody in their family defames them or disgraces them to such an egregious degree, they have to perform and
That's that
honor
blood
killing.
guilt stuff that
Yeah.
a lot of people in the
Essentially,
Middle Eastern beliefs, they believe, you're damned. You know, the sins of the father go to the son, and vice versa. And
The sins of the daughter go to everyone in the family. Yeah, and
that's
they,
why Christianity, what Christ commanded, commands still to this day, holds so true and is so revolutionary to the human cause because it's about forgiveness. And
Yeah, of course.
You don't see Christians trying to build churches in those countries, though, right?
Curious, isn't
Because
that?
that's the curious thing. Because you see all these mosques pop up, you see all these Hindu shrines popping up. But
Yes.
you don't see any churches popping up in the countries.
They're
Because-
conquering us.
I
They're
will-
They're conquering us as we
Yeah.
speak.
I
Yep.
will say this in
Mhm.
regards to Christians, however, I think I did recently see a post on X. I'll see if I can find it again, but it was a post that actually discussed that the population of Christians in Iran, imagine that, Iran of all nations, is actually steadily increasing now.
it is,
Like,
yes. And
which
in
is-
China as well, yes.
Those are good white pills, I will say at least.
Absolutely. Well, Christianity grows under oppression. I wanted to show this. Speaking of, I think it's
Oh,
on all our minds. Asmongold
I need to watch
commented
this.
on
I saw this earlier. I was like,
Oh.
the
yes.
possibility of a crusade being waged against.
Somebody say
our-
crusade?
Eastern flank and bought its eastern
Crusade
flank
pact.
another
It won't be
300.
the Pope.
Who's controlling Jerusalem right now? I actually don't even know.
Not Christians.
Who's controlling it? Israel.
Juden.
So the Muslims and the Christians fought over this, and neither of them have this. Israel has the Jewish people have it now? Is that right? So all this was for fucking nothing.
All the movies, all the everything.
The Muslims and the Christians fucking fought and killed each other over Jerusalem, and now the Jews have it. Neither of us have it. It's the Jews that have it now.
I hate how
That's
right
crazy.
he is.
Yeah, who decided that the Pope can't do crusades anymore? Like, theoretically, you could have another crusade.
Theoretically, huh? Theoretically.
Not with
You might
the current
need some
Pope.
different clerics first, but I wouldn't say they're not coming.
Thank you for.
Well, I mean,
Lex,
Lex, you're the resident Catholic here, I believe. So,
And
you
I was
would have
even in training to be a priest for a while.
so you would have a proper understanding on how the Pope and the priests, like the Vatican, essentially, would be able to actually call for another crusade. You would have at least have some kind of understanding of that, right?
There is not a formal
Once upon
process
a time.
that this goes through. It's literally, basically, it would just
Okay.
be the Pope as an absolute monarch saying,
Yeah.
"You know what? I'm waking up today and choosing violence." Right?
He's
Violence
he's
to
And it
essentially
would,
the
wouldn't,
king
it,
of
wouldn't
the
it have to
Catholic
be a
Church,
type
right?
of mindset that doesn't involve, like, pushing for open borders and bashing
It would-
Trump for,
Yeah.
sealing the border?
It would
Okay.
need a different temperament of cleric.
Mm.
And the
Then
Pope used to be
tends
the
to
king
make
of the
it that
world.
high.
Did the Pope used to be basically the king of the world? Because like everybody would all
Oh,
the
wow.
all the
The
countries would
unofficial
kind
one,
of-
yeah.
No,
Yes.
in a sense, there was a historical understanding that the Pope was over the monarchs who governed Europe on his behalf, but in practice, no country ever actually ran that way.
No, but like
okay.
pretty close. But like England obviously said no. If you
Well, let me
we're
just
doing our own
say,
thing, but-
God bless William Cromwell and Ronan.
yes.
How do you say his name? You said it.
Maduro.
Nicolas Maduro or Maduro. However,
Maduro.
What?
Maduro,
Did you say
can say-
Menudo?
Maduro.
So in our Spanish accents, we would just pronounce it as Maduro, basically. But you can just say Maduro if anything. Yeah, this
Can you
fucking scum of the earth.
tell me how
He
this
was.
sounds to you? He sings John Lennon's Imagine.
Hacer todo por la paz. Como decía John Lennon, ¿no? Alfred Nazaret, ¿cómo era la canción de John Lennon?
Their fellow
John
I don't
communists.
fucking know.
And us people.
almost as bad as Lex singing that song.
That's all I have to show. But what the heck?
I don't know, but he's just another charismatic piece of shit socialist that managed to gain control ever since Chavez died. Just Chavez handed it over to him, and he's been in power ever since. Even after the 2012 crash that occurred, where literally the streets are just filled with like Venezuelan pesos because it was about as worth as fucking toilet paper. People running around with wheelbarrows trying to buy bread with it. They still have him in power. He's still in control. And sadly, that kind of insanity is slowly making its way into Colombia as well, too, with their current president, Gustavo Petro.
Yeah,
These
I'm
two
all
are
for
like
just
just
take them out.
At least Chile is voting for the hard right wing candidate this time.
That's a good thing I will say, at least, is that there are still some hard right nations in South America. You have Argentina with Javier Milei, which is fantastic. The dude is like ideally,
and he's a libertarian. I mean,
ideally, he's got the same beliefs as me, fucking anarcho-capitalist and everything. I like the idea, but rationally and practically speaking, yes, he is a little bit more libertarian because he understands government to a certain extent does still have to exist, but you have to slowly cut the fat out from all
You're
of
trying
it.
to be effective, yeah.
Exactly. And you know what you're saying now, Corn Boy, with like Chile trying to vote in the hard right candidate. I'm glad to hear that that's the case. You know, Chile used to have what was his name again? Pinochet.
Pinochet,
I love
yeah.
Pinochet. Yeah, he was an interesting
Free
fella.
helicopter rides.
That was,
Oh,
he
yes.
was a character for sure.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, Maduro.
Afuera.
Speaking of quite the character, you guys all know. Y'all know Hassan Piker, right?
You guys seen the video
Shock-
when he was stopped by the
Sure
police?
wish I didn't.
Yes, yeah, I did see that. That was
Old
hilarious.
Shocky Shock. Well,
And
he
you said-
was in China and was gifted a Little Mao's Little Red Book.
Before you play that, I just want to say this. Hassan claims that he felt safer in China than in America.
His uncle is a Uyghur.
Profile your phone to check if there's news on them.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Uyghur.
His uncle is a Uyghur. So
let's not say that. The Uyghur.
Small one.
A mouse.
Wasn't he arrested for having Winnie the Pooh memes?
That was the video that the cops pulled him aside. Oh God,
They forcibly searched his phone, search and seizure, which is unconstitutional here. But he said he feels safer over there where they can seize you. It's insane. But look at these people, communists.
Little red
loving
Bible.
it. Communists.
Okay.
So excited.
Some may say more important than the Bible. Some may.
What a jerk. 75 million dead civilians at the least on a conservative estimate.
More important than this, you say. More important than this actual scripture that basically built the basis of morality for the entire Western world. Kiss my ass. These fucking commie scum. I swear to God, dude. And I don't mean to swear, but it's just insufferable to me.
Well, you know what? It's infuriating when they kill tens of millions of innocent people under that ideology.
Essentially hundreds of millions. I would say a quarter of a billion folks. Not just them, but like just the entire
throughout the course of
concept
history,
authoritarianism. Yeah.
When you're talking just China alone, but communism as a whole, yes.
Yeah.
Jake, I see what you did there.
By far.
I see what you did there. Kaya,
Jake with the jokes. Hassan, a China shield, calling me shocked.
That's good.
Me shocked. Jake, we love to see it.
Yes.
Yeah, you know how they treat dogs in China.
Yeah, I mean that's why he liked it so much. But thankfully, in the Czech Republic, it appears that they have approved a law that criminalizes the promotion of communist ideology. I'm liking the sound of that. Starting January 1st, 2026, anyone who creates, supports, or disseminates communist movements may face up to 1 to 5 years in prison. I'm loving the sound of that.
Czechia is certainly a nation I will visit in my lifetime.
Honestly,
go there.
You should do the same with Islam as well.
And they make great firearms too.
What did you say, Smoo? I didn't hear.
I said, considering they're my neighbors and they used to be part of the USSR back in the day.
Very true.
It's kind of surprising that they're actually banning this kind of stuff, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like bring back McCarthyism in the United States. You know, communists should be afraid that they might get a knock at the door one day for spreading. You know,
McCarthy was an American hero. And he died for his country.
I remember, what was it? It was during the Charlie Kirk stream when we had Hayden Wayne on. He actually talked about the House Un-American Committee as well as the Communist Control Act of 1954. Obama's administration worked very hard to actually neuter it, just so that way it can't be as enforced as it used to be before. If there's a way we can try and actually strengthen it once again, or at least do something similarly to what Czechia here did, where we can actually get rid of communism as an ideology that's discussed here in the States, I'm 100% for it. I understand there will be naysayers that say, oh, but what about free speech? You want my honest opinion? No. Free speech is for a good, proper discussion on like different ideals. But when we're talking about an ideal that's suicidally destructive to a society as a whole, yeah, that's when you can kiss my ass when it comes to
it's also it's highly genocidal too.
Yes,
the enemies of the United States.
In instances like this, and Connor Tomlinson from Podcast of the Lotus Eaters, this is something that really stuck with me ever since he said it. There needs to be some sort of anti-suicide clause that exists in society where essentially we can't allow discussions on anything that would actually degrade society, slowly but surely or very rapidly. Whatever it is, we need to find some way of essentially getting rid of those kinds of topics to be discussed and proliferated here in this country. Because look where we're at
here
now.
In Canada, the suicide laws.
19th Amendment.
Well, that's just your health care.
Country suicide. But so imagine why Obama would want to weaken that law.
It's almost as if he might be a communist or Islamist
or and all his friends and all his people who fund him.
Yeah. I wanted to show one thing. We can show this real quick. It's relevant. History was made this week. It's a sign of a dying economy when your currency becomes devalued. The last penny ever made in the United States after 232 years of minting.
Everybody, this is the last one.
Last penny ever made.
Yeah. End of an era.
God bless America.
Yeah, bless America.
There it goes.
Save the taxpayers $56 million.
I have to check a little bit about the guy's name.
Wow.
So the excuse for that is, they cost more to make than they're worth, essentially.
Yeah.
And
So
you want to know why
that's
that's
a horrible
the case
sign.
too. It was all like slow steps that occurred all the way back in 1913, 1914 with the creation of the Federal Reserve, Jekyll Island, all that
Jekyll
crap.
Island, yeah.
I think the
the
biggest
creature from Jekyll Island. Yeah.
I think the biggest gut punch when it came to it though was when Nixon took us off the gold reserve.
Yep.
That was the biggest gut punch to it. And the nail in the
Absolutely.
coffin when it came to the slow degradation of the US dollar.
Yep.
And this
Absolutely.
country
It
late
allowed for
60s.
infinite spending.
Yeah.
That's the big part of it. Yeah.
We got rid
Modern
of our
monetary
penny a few
theory.
years ago.
Yeah,
you did.
Keynesian
So
economics.
what's your minimal currency amount now in Canada?
It's 5 cents.
Really? Okay, so that's where
Okay.
we're at. We're going to be rounding off essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be there soon in a few years.
They're slowly
Gotta love it.
getting rid of all the bronze coins in Europe as well. Like I think the
Really.
lowest amount they want to allow is like 10 cents.
And you know for a fact paper currencies are going to be next after that. And then what's left? All digital, baby. All digital.
How do we avoid government from controlling our entire lives? Is there any way to do it?
Well, economically, like you mentioned, the gold standard wouldn't be a horrible idea, but we're probably
Yeah.
far beyond at this point.
Yep.
Not anytime
Well,
soon.
Sadly.
Well, Ronan, we got rid of the dollar and the $2. So we got
God.
the toonie and the loony.
Canada's already a few steps ahead, I guess.
Already loony. It all sounds pretty loony.
It sure is.
Wanted to get some opinions on this. Pretty crazy. In GTA 6, Rockstar
That's old news
is
though.
gonna be. I know it is, but it leads into this.
I didn't see it yet.
Rockstar is gonna allow pride parades in GTA 6. What can you do in GTA 6? It's an open world environment.
Oh God.
You can drive vehicles.
Yes.
Just saying.
You
That
can rob
leads us into
folks.
this. Black Ops 7 came out.
Oh, right.
Native
Oh,
Patriot pointed out how far our culture has fallen. Call of Duty used to be a badass franchise, pinnacle of American culture. This trailer has fakeness, gayness, strong independent, black lesbian, handicapped hero, doofus guys who need rescuing, evil white guy villain. What boxes did they miss? So let's look at this just for a second. I don't even need the audio.
When I first saw this, I face pumped so hard I almost astral projected my soul out of my body.
What in the hell is Call of Duty even anymore? Honestly.
Bionic
It's a
arm,
Michael
black
Bay
lesbian.
movie. It's a Michael Bay movie.
So
but a lot gayer.
But a lot gayer.
Wakanda forever.
Looks like.
See the fact that she blocks everything with her arm instead of getting like a holographic shield or something. That's
It's like
what bothers
it's like she's
me.
the fucking super soldier or something. Winter Soldier. Seriously, it's like she's Bucky
it's like
immediately.
Spencer from Bionic Commando.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dreads in the combat zone.
That doesn't make any sense.
Very impractical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Women in the combat zone?
Women in the combat zone.
Very
He's the
impractical.
most insufferable character in that sci-fi show that was on Prime. The Expanse. Remember her?
Yeah.
That's her.
What bugs me
Worst
about
actress ever.
The whole COD thing. What bugs me about this is it's a 4-player campaign. Remember when campaigns were single player and
Yes.
you actually played some actual heroes?
It was actually difficult.
Nope.
I still
No.
remember playing through the first Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign when you're
I miss
playing
those
as
days.
Captain Price in
Exactly.
Pripyat, all gillied up, trying to crawl through a Russian patrol, making your way to the building to snipe Zakhaev, playing Modern Warfare 2. The best mission that I ever played in Modern Warfare 2 was probably Of Their Own Accord, when the Russians finally made it to the capital, and it was just all-out warfare.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Modern Warfare 3's campaign, if you want my honest opinion, probably the best one, where it's the pinnacle and the climax of that whole storyline, just all-out war across Europe. Just such a great storyline. And then this is what Activision and
It's insane.
Infinity
Well,
Ward and
Ronan,
Treyarch
don't
gives
you know
us
white
back.
man bad? White man bad. So
Oh,
you
that's
can't have
right.
white
I
man
forgot.
characters.
Remember when
White
the
man
bad
bad.
guy was a Russian?
Are they owned by Microsoft now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and Microsoft's in bed with the CCP.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
Who funds all this crap across the globe? So this kind of makes sense.
It does. I have a challenge. We have 10 minutes, like 5 minutes left in the stream. this is a challenge for everybody, and we have to keep it YouTube safe. Jump scare warning, one of the last things we're going to show. And this is a challenge for the chat, too. We have 33 people in chat right now. God. Jump scare warning. So, this is from John Rocker, bass dude.
God.
Describe...
That shin can cut a vault, man.
Giselle Bird, the Massachusetts Commission on the Status of Women's... latest member in 5 words or less. Pretty sure that's a man, baby.
Hag Raven from Skyrim, bro.
Skyrim, bro. It's 5 words. Down the line, Cornboy. Not to put you on the spot, Cornboy. You got 5 words.
Fake and gay.
Fake and gay. 5 words or less. Cole Hauser, do you happen to?
I just want to be sick.
Yeah, that's under 5 words.
There you go.
Magnum.
I can't even do it, man.
YouTube safe.
WTF.
Yes. Ronan, YouTube safe.
Oh, I mean, I already said it, but I'll say it again. Hag Raven from Skyrim.
Oh,
that's
okay,
the best
yes,
one.
Yeah.
I can't
and
top that.
Smooth, did you get yours in yet?
My black vault cutting chin.
Yes, accurate. And Lex, what's 5 words or less you'd use to describe this individual?
Excuse me, sir.
Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah,
it's a good one.
Very well said.
Who let the dogs out? Exactly 5 words.
In a long time.
Perfect.
I'm trying to pull this up. Cole Hauser just sent me this. So speaking of Modern Warfare 3, we're going to show this real quick.
Goodness.
What is this, Cole Hauser?
So this is in one of the bonus maps because I remember when I was playing it, because every time I'm running around and I kind of stopped and then I took a picture of it. It was a multiplayer.
It's pretty cool. You wouldn't see that nowadays, would you?
No.
Whatsoever.
Well, that's why when you showed the other one, I was just like, you know what? They had some pretty. If you go behind the screen, you'll see some pretty cool stuff in there.
And that's from the new Call of Duty?
No, from the.
That's Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, from Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the original 2009.
It just goes to show you how far our culture has kind of fallen. It's
My favorite part, or my favorite thing in video game history was the end of Fallout 3 with the commie-hating robot.
Ah, yes, Liberty Prime.
Yeah. Communism
is a preferable alternative to communism.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
That it is.
Man.
So, guys, we are.
Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's this? The Bog Witch from Legend. I haven't seen that.
Oh,
brutal.
But that is going to have to wrap it up. We're going to go around the horn and we're going to check in with chat. This was a good stream. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you showing up. Cornboy, as always. Where can people find you? What you doing? How you doing?
Just catch me on my YouTube channel there on the screen and watch out for gaming streams every once in a while. Hopefully we get some repo going this week. Maybe some Battlefield. Who knows?
It's a good season for repo. That is. Let's get Cornboy to 100 subs too on YouTube. So everybody, go check him out. Cole Hauser, you are coming off of your first stream this week. Good job. I really enjoyed it. Where can people find you, and what are you going to be up to?
So you can find me on, of course, YouTube. You can find me on X under Cole Hauser, and I'm just going to be doing another toy stream this weekend. And having a lot of fun doing it.
Fantastic. Keep up the good work, too, because that was a really fun stream. And Jeanette, you guys talking. I look forward to seeing more. And Magnum, as always, thank you for joining us. What are you going to be up to?
Yeah, same as usual. Should be another Nerdspiracy tomorrow night. And then I have a video that I was working on, and it's kind of involved into the larger project. So I'll let y'all know when I got some more details.
Definitely. Keep us posted. And Ronan, thank you again for joining us. What are you going to be doing? It's I know you've been streaming a little more lately, so that's good to see.
Yes. So it's an absolute honor being here as always. I'm finally glad to be able to stream with both Lex and Smooths. Fantastic. I was having some issues with like Streamlabs for the past few days, so I haven't been able to stream. This Wednesday, I am for sure setting up the stream to play Death Stranding. I'm also throwing the first Fallout game into the list as well too. So just keep an eye out for when I stream that. And I hope you don't hate me for doing this real quick, Phantom, but I also got to show one more thing. This Thursday, I will be going live with For the Homies on the For the Homies podcast, and they got a big announcement as well too. So
awesome.
you guys are
Have
interested,
fun.
go and be there with that. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Dude, have fun. It's great to have you on the show, as always. And Smoo, great to have you on the show again. Thank you for joining us. Where can people find you? What are you going to be up to?
Everything's in my link tree down below in this little box here. I'm going to be playing some Arc Raiders, maybe Marvel Rivals with Tombi and the gang tomorrow, depending on if we get enough people or not. It's probably going to be Arc Raiders, most likely, but we'll see about that. Battlefield 6 will come back, and I need to make sure that I play some Halo with you guys this week.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely got to get into that.
Hell yeah. And other than that, what else am I going to be doing? I'm going to be trying some new games since I've got this new gaming PC now, so I can actually play the games that I want to play for a change. So might as well actually do it now. But yeah, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys today, especially Ronan, Magnum, Colhauser. Good to meet you guys. And
definitely
meet you again, Lex. It's been a while.
It's great to have you on the show. Lex, I guess we got to get to Lex. We can't skip him. Lex.
You really can't.
Where can people find you?
Do not redeem.
Right. Do not rambling about theology on Twitter in the comment sections of most of our favorite creators. And also I bounce back and forth between here, this illustrious growing stream, and Maltese incoherent ramblings on his channel too. And to quote, to quote Liberty Prime again, since we brought him up.
Yes.
And I love the line. Freedom is the sovereign right of every American.
Hell yes.
Amen to that. That's a perfect way to end it off. And as always, Jake Martin, thank you so much for dropping the links in the chat. We appreciate you modding very much. And everybody else in the chat, it's great. Thank you again, Angry Badger, for the raid. And we're going to send you all over right now to ABF's channel, Off the Hip. He's not going to be there. He's in Egypt, but it's going to be
hosting stream when he's not there.
It's going to be hosted by the rest of the crew, and they're going to have Jay
support the Norman Conquest on his filling in for ABF.
So guys, go watch that stream. You're going to see Jay, Drunk 3PO over there. And we will see you next week. Same time, same place. Thank you very much. Hit that like button.